Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have some updates for R3 today and some XRP updates. A lot of stuff going on right now with R3, CBDCs, the DTCC. We're going to get into some information today to help maybe educate you on the subject if you are not. My name is Robert Doyle. Welcome back to my channel. We discuss crypto and all topics, and I give my 2 cents, my feedback on what I'm seeing and how things are going. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. I can only grow the channel with your help. And if you find something helpful in this video, share it with somebody you know, somebody you love. That would be helpful. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. All right, so this clip is Rebecca at Rebalance E's CEO reveals why Corda low energy consumption led to its selection as the platform to help rebalance Earth, combat climate change, and protect biodiversity. It's a lot. All right, let's check this out.
The number one thing I get when talking about blockchain and climate change is you're here to kill the world. You're going to be consuming so much energy. And I say, right, Bitcoin consumes 125 million joules of electricity. Ethereum consumes, before the merge, 17 million. Maybe after the merge, maybe 170,000. Corda, 24.7 joules. So when I explain that to people that the cost of a transaction on a Corda blockchain is less than the cost of an email, they start paying more attention to, okay, now explain to me why you're using blockchain. Well, it's for the same reasons I explained earlier on. It's about bringing confidence. It's about bringing trust. It's about bringing traceability and transparency that what you purchase hasn't been double counted, hasn't been sold to somebody else. That what you have purchased, you can track that asset all along the way, and there is no middleman in between that is here to make a quick buck. So fundamentally, for me, Corda is providing to this whole industry a kind of a trust technology.
So guys, if you don't know, Corda does not have a token, right? So Corda is a platform, API platform, and all kinds of platforms that banks, institutions, central banks can hook up to and use DLT solutions like XRP, like XDC, and whatever other kind of bridges they decide to build out. The first one they built out on Corda is XRP though. That's for a reason, guys. All right, so this clip is from CordaCon 2022. Avenish, I said that wrong, explains Blocky Chain, their Corda-powered solution, which helps businesses onboard customers with full regulatory compliance in a fast and user-friendly manner, right? So that's what Corda is, right? It's already got the licensing, it's already got all the approvals, it's working with regulators. So banks, companies, DTCC, I have some information at the end here, are using it. And if you don't know what the DTCC is, get ready. You're going to just brains all over the back once I show you this. All right, so let's play this clip and we'll move on.
You can understand why it's so difficult for us to build ecosystems in such markets, right? Because it takes so long before you get the clients on, but they can actually trade. Our solution to this is called Blocky Chain. It's a play on blockchain with a Y in the middle, right? The idea is that we will take we will use a blockchain to facilitate the document exchange. Document exchange over blockchain basically means it's immutable, everybody trusts it, and we'll provide APIs by which institutions can write scripts and automatically sort their counterparties into shortlist for approval or straight away reject based on different constraints. And very clearly, based on everything we know about Corda, R3 is really a great application or a great medium for this application.
Corda is all in compliant, guys. Corda is going to be used to move trillions of dollars, trust me. All right, check this out. So this is from aerial view. As a distributed ledger technology, blockchain is bringing huge advances to financial and business processes, transparently recording and storing the details of every transaction on a shared network. But with the use cases of blockchain rapidly expanding, David E. Rudder, founder and CEO of R3, explains why public and private blockchains need to be interoperable and where the challenge of this interoperability lies. So check this out. This is a great little clip. It's about a minute long.
We recognize that public blockchains have an important role to play in the future of finance. However, for regulated finance, you need both privacy and identity, which is built into the core layer of Corda. With public blockchain, neither exists and has to be added in what they call a layer 2 solution. I liken that to having you try to add a 60-story tower to the top of your 2-story house. It's not fundamentally designed to support it. However, we recognize that we need to interoperate and be able to connect to those systems in the future.
You have public ledgers and you have private ledgers, right? On the XRPL. Also, Zinfin and XLM might have some of their own private blockchains that companies can use, because they don't want those transactions private, right? If a country and a country are sending money to each other, they don't want any Tom, Dick, and Harry to be able to say, hey, why did the US just send the UK $1 billion or whatever it is, right? It's going to cause heat from that side. So public is for me and you to use, buy NFTs, trade amongst ourselves, and then the private chains are for the banks and institutions. Check us out. This is Michelle Hillary speaks to the DTC Project Ion. So this is what I was telling you guys about Project Ion. If you don't have any idea what Project Ion is, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching this. Let's learn a little bit more, and I'll fill you in what the DTC is and why this is important, okay?
Could you tell us Project Ion, which you mentioned? What is it?
Oh, do tell, Michelle.
Okay, yeah, this is one near and dear to my heart. This is one that we just launched into production in the last month or so. And it is, I think, a really exciting step forward that R3 and ourselves are taking in partnership moving forward. Basically, in a nutshell, it's supporting re-representation and digital settlement of existing asset classes. We are
Digital settlement of existing asset classes, guys. These are stocks, bonds, derivatives, things of that nature, okay?
operating in a production parallel, and I have to emphasize this fact, it is a production parallel because our classic systems, which is our legacy systems, we like to give them a more noteworthy sort of way of calling them. We like to appreciate them. So we call them our classic systems. I like classic cars. But anyway, we do have our classic systems remaining the authoritative record, and they are responsible for the actual movement of securities and cash. However, I think what's really profoundly important about this first project is this parallel books and records that we're creating really are doing things like proving out the technology in a way that the industry needs to take. So it is a first step forward. We deliberately are choosing a subset of DTC asset classes. It's day deliver orders in equities, but we are processing some fairly sizable and impressive volumes. David Rudder this morning was quoting us as having about 100,000 transactions processing on a daily basis. We've seen peaks of 160,000. So from our perspective, what that's then shown is that the technology itself is able to support some decent volume, and eventually we'll get on quarter 5, and then we're looking to blow it out to sort of full DTC.
And then we'll blow it out to look at the full DTCC, guys. Check this out. I'm going to skip a couple of this here, but look at this. How much money did the DTCC process in 2021? Right? And I'm sure you've seen this, right? $2.37 quadrillion. Okay? Project Ion is what the DCC was working on for 6 years, going from the legacy classic systems, as Michelle said, to the new digital systems. They're using R3 Corda to process these transactions, and R3 Corda can use our good friend XRP. They're doing about 100,000 to 160,000 transactions a day, she said, and this will eventually go up to all of the transactions, right? So they're going to have the legacy systems running at the same time and the new digital systems running at the same time. The reason is if something happens to the digital systems, they can fall back on the legacy systems. This is how everything is always done. But guys, it is getting exciting, right? This is using blockchain technology to move $2.37 quadrillion in 1 year. That's what's going to happen with digital assets. That is why this is the most important time of your life to learn about this technology and what digital assets you can hold that they're going to use to move this value, okay? Instant payments, same day payments, guys. This is what you want to be paying attention to, all right? Here's Joe Katz representing consensus models are a part of what differentiates each blockchain and its capabilities. It's usually too complex to cover in under 60 seconds, but let's see if Joe Katz can do it.
It's pretty tough to pack the kind of information that I want into 1 minute. I'm David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple, and this is Crypto in a Minute. Got 1 minute, okay. The first consensus model was proof of work. I guess the advantage of proof of work was at the time it was the only game in town, and it allowed for a decentralized system, that is one that doesn't rely on a central authority. Later developments included things like federated Byzantine agreement, with the XRP ledger uses, and proof of stake. Some of the advantages of these later developments.
He's reading from a script. I would have loved it if he would just talk to us about it, but I'm sorry for interrupting.
Are lower cost. Proof of work costs millions of dollars to pay the miners for the energy that they use. Proof of stake doesn't have that cost and can provide comparable security. And if you're the person who's paying those costs, if you're the people who are using the system, how much it costs just to keep the system secure is like a tax. It's residual friction that the system doesn't remove. Federated Byzantine Agreement, which is what the XRP ledger uses, makes the users of the system the stakeholders rather than the people who have the most money to spend on tokens or power. And that provides a more sort of democratic system where the costs can be low and the performance can be high.
All right, it's always nice to hear from David, right? And Ripple just came out with Crypto 2023, a focus on real-world utility. This just dropped maybe 3 days ago. Check this out. So this is saying, in an arrival of New Year's, it's often viewed as an opportunity for a reset or fresh start. The sense of optimism is welcome. The crypto industry settles from a roller coaster year, right? So 2022 was crazy, right? So it says CBDCs and NFTs get real. Partly in reaction to the turmoil in 2022, Ripple SVP of Engineering, Evaj Varhadin, expects to see a general shift in the marketplace from highly speculative companies to companies that harness crypto solutions to solve real-world problems and address unmet needs. He believes there are companies that will reap long-term success. A focus on real-world applications will also help propel the coming age of CBDCs, Cindy Young said. Managing Director of Europe says the potential for CBDCs to amplify the role of central banks and boost financial inclusion will lead to more non-Eurozone European nations to announce CBDC pilots in 2023. James Wallace, VP of Bank of Engagements, expects to see CBDC pilot programs around the world in the year ahead with an emphasis on interoperability CBDC solutions to enhance cross-border payments, right? We know it's coming, guys. It's coming faster than we can imagine. We just need to go ahead and prepare for it. But go into R3's website, play around, start learning about this stuff, guys. And if you need help, Cryptonaires is always here for you. If not, I wish you the amazing, fantastic day. I hope this provided some information to help you learn and help you grow. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys. Thank you.